Tuesday, March 22nd, episode 4. And the cool thing is, I don't have to wear this stupid hat anymore. I cut my hair. I did the old chop it off. I can take this off now. Okay, that was totally unexpected. Let's see here. Just monitoring the time, so I don't go too far. Had a good day today. I don't know what you guys had. My feet hurt because I walk on my feet a lot at work. Let's do a little intro, get ready to get started. Because I got a good topic today. I've been thinking about it. I'm thinking about topics every day, so technically I thought about this maybe 2-3 months ago. And I keep thinking about stuff. Because what I do on the job, you know, when I'm in the middle of going from one position to the next position, work related, not getting into many details, I think in between, come up with ideas. My brain is constantly coming up with stuff all the time. This time I got my great water. You can't live without water. Water makes your body go round. Don't mind me. I mind me. I have to live with me. You don't. Anyways, I was just checking online to see if anything is going on in Blizzard Entertainment. Nothing really. The thing I'm having problems with is trying to figure out if this computer right here can play Overwatch. The one that you can see this cool background in the back. Someone last night told me if you could play World of Warcraft, you could play Overwatch. These two computers can play World of Warcraft really good. When Overwatch did an open beta where anyone could get into the Overwatch, they did this for one weekend. These two computers that could play World of Warcraft could not play Overwatch. So just because you can play World of Warcraft don't mean that you can play Overwatch. These two can't. This one, possibility that it could. I play in ultra settings on this computer. I call this thing a beast. As a matter of fact, it's so overpowered that my Firefox, the web browser that I use, don't work on that no more. There's nothing you can do. You can't uninstall it, reinstall it 10 times like I did to make it work. Because what it does, I can show you. Just double clicked on my Firefox. Little window is going to open in the middle. It says Firefox is already running. Thank you, motorcycle. The motorcycle is already running. But it is not responding. The old Firefox process must be closed to open a new window. So you close Firefox. I guess hitting enter on my keyboard don't work for it. Your Firefox profile cannot be loaded. It may be missing or inaccessible. So what I've done is, but I can operate Firefox over here. I got it. I'll show you this. This is really weird. You can probably see the back of my head. Hi, how you doing today? Now I'm using the piece of junk computer. Now see, Firefox. Bam. It works on Windows 8. That's a Windows 8 computer. On Windows 10 it don't work. I know a lot of you love Windows 10. I don't. Because when I do have Firefox running on this computer, I get this blue screen where it says it stops thread, it has to restart my computer. So I have to use Internet Explorer to use my internet. Also, if I go to Google to use Chrome, I have two options. And let's go do that. Because everyone's telling me that I can use Chrome. Okay. Now, it says Google works better with Chrome. Yes, get Chrome now, or Chrome. So let's do that. Download Chrome. Accept and install. It's launching the application. Run. I went through this whole entire process for the last 3 days. Watch it work because I'm recording. It's doing on your marks. Now, in order to run this, I have two options. One is Firefox, and the other one is Internet Explorer. Well, we know what happens if I use, because you have to select an app. And to select an app, I have to select one of those two, either Firefox or Internet Explorer. So it's been a royal pain in the neck. It might work now, but I'm just going to let my computers do my thing. It don't matter. I'm gonna leave that up. I'll just turn off the monitors and just get to talking and not be distracted with other stuff. And oh man, sometimes this thing wants to be a pain in the neck. As you can see, I don't have a bigger monitor. My other monitor, I'll take a picture of it, post it on my Facebook, what I did to it. It has been ticking me off. It will turn off whenever it wants to, and it will not turn back on. It doesn't get a signal from any of these computers. All three computers are on, even though I got two monitors. It won't pick up a signal on anything. But these do when I plug them in, instantly. Because I need the stuff to be on to work. So that big monitor actually was junk. It wasn't that expensive. It was only about $100. So, and I was actually shopping for a better one anyways, because of those issues and problems that I have. And everything only happens after 90 days for you to return it. And if you want to get some kind of extended plan with them, it's like $200-300 more. It's like, I don't think so, man. No. It is what it is. So, okay, now we're going to get right into the meat of this. There was a forum post about, I think it was maybe about a month ago. Not sure. Well, the post, what it was really about was, it was a Horde character, a Horde player on his character, leaving a forum. He created a guild, he or she, for people with disorders. Mental health abilities, autism, like a support group. And I thought this was an excellent idea, due to the fact that other people in the guild can relate to one another and their shortcomings. Now, I'm already in like 30 guilds. Oh my god, I'm in so many guilds. But there's a reason why I'm in those guilds, and I think I might be covering a lot of those particular reasons. So, a lot of you guild masters may be offended if you say, we're family. Really, Throat? Really? Bad timing? Let's try that again. When guild masters tell me, hey Bod, we're family, welcome to the guild, that's how we are, you mean it 100%. When I read it, I disagree with you 99%. It's not saying you're wrong, it's based off of experience. And that's what I'm going to be covering right now. There's other people behind the monitor. When you're playing the game, what comes easy to you is practically hard for me. And I'm only going to be using me as an example. I can't speak for others. Throat, please stop. So I can't speak for others, but I can speak for myself. I guess I have to drink tons more water. My mouth is getting dry. It's part of this thing, so I know what I'm about to talk about. I've been preparing myself mentally all day for it, and it's not that easy. I start, what I'm going through right now is my heart's beating 400 miles per second. I'm starting to sweat. Everything is starting to, like how my hands are moving, that's how I'm seeing everything. And everything is just drying up. My mouth is already dry again because of the topic. And my brain is going in panic mode. It's like being defensive and being protective. It's not easy. I've learned how to deal with it in time. I've learned how to deal with it. It's not simply just by doing something. It don't work that way. If you say it does work that way, you can't possibly understand or relate. But if you want inside knowledge and information, this may be the perfect opportunity to actually see and learn. Because I might be going through some emotions. My body might be going through some things I can't edit. I'm going to focus and I'm going to record as much as I can. So if I stutter a lot, if I repeat myself 2 or 3 times, if there's a pause, if I seem like I'm getting flustered, that's what's called normal. And you guys might take it the wrong way. I do apologize. And guilds, I might end up getting kicked from guilds. Guild masters might be like, F this guy, I am out. Some of y'all may unsubscribe to my channel. Some of y'all may unfollow. Because I am going to be real. I'm not going to be fake. You're going to see me drink tons of water. Okay, there was a forum post, and there's this guild. Don't know the name of the guild. Don't have all that stuff memorized. I did 5 minutes ago. But right now, my brain's like, no, you don't. It goes on shutdown. There's nothing I can do about it. My brain will react the way it's going to react. And I will explain that here in a second. Because the brain is the most weakest organ in the body. You might disagree. Because your mouth is going to say whatever it's going to say. I can say whatever I'm going to say. But all that emotion, all those feelings are coming from your heart. Your brain gets into the mind of protection. You can visualize and you can close your eyes and you can let your imagination run wild. And to make all the visuals happen, it requires action. And it requires the heart to make the move. If the mind is protective and weak due to what I will be covering, why it is, you're not going to be able to do the Shia LaBeouf. Just do it. You're going to be putting it off years and years and years down. Alright. Starting to forget some of the particular topic here. So, I'm basically going to talk about my weakness. My illness, or whatever the heck you want to call it. My medication, I know I'm going to be jumping around, so forgive me. It is what it is. It's whatever is coming to my mind to try to get it out. It's going to go here, it's going to go there, it's going to go there. Boom, 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 boom. That's normal. You might say, well, why don't you write this stuff down, type it out? If I read something, or something is in front of me that requires me and my attention to read what's being said, my brain stops the process and comprehends or tries to comprehend what it is that I'm reading. And whatever that I'm saying over here has been forgotten and I cannot get back to it. So I cannot have a distraction as I'm trying to say this. Because if I read something, I failed. So that's my weakness. That's why a lot of podcasters will not have me, because they'll be like, hey, you got bullet points? Yeah, this is the subject. what are you going to talk about during that? Whatever the subject is. No bullet points? No, because if I read a bullet point, what could be a 15-minute segment could actually go down to maybe 1 or 2 minutes and fail on the marks. Alright. Brain wants to close it down. Other part of my brain wants to move forward. And my mouth doesn't know how to process moving forward, so I do apologize. Oh, this is so hard. And yes, it's taken me about a month to actually prepare this video, and it has to, because it's not easy. Alright. Brain function. I'm trying to put it in there, but my brain don't want me to. It's like, close your eyes and nothing is being visualized. You can't see nothing. That's what's going on right now. My mind has went blank. And I'm trying to talk myself out of it. And it's not me trying to shut it down, it's my brain going in protective mode. No. And there's a reason for it. And that's why I'm doing this video. So I do apologize jumping in. My medicine is World of Warcraft, or playing video games, making videos. What I call a controlled environment. Controlled environment to me is that I edit the video. I go in, re-record the portion, re-record what I'm saying, edit, touch up, edit, touch up, edit, touch up. That's a controlled environment. The video that you're seeing is an uncontrolled environment. It's like the BlizzCon experience. It was an experiment. It was just recording the video and just letting it go. And that was hard. There were moments that I could see my weakness. I call it weakness. The way my brain functions in those particular videos. I can spot it because I recorded myself before, and that's, someone told me the best thing to do to cure your illnesses is to record yourself, and you can see how you react and how you can try to prevent it down the road. Wrong wording, but that's the best it's going to come out. There's no prevention to this. God, it's like 450 degrees in this apartment, and if I turn on the AC unit, you can't hear me because the sound will go right into the camera, and the sound will pick it up. And it's like 61 degrees outside, but inside here it's now, or me, I'm like 450 degrees. I don't sweat up here, but I sure sweat when I'm wearing my shirt. Whew. It's like, you know, it's like when you're asleep and you're trying to wake up and your hands is just get those little things it's like when you sleep on your foot wrong and you wake up and your foot's awake and you start feeling that like a whole bunch of needles poking at the ends. That's what's going on with my hands right now. It's like I got a whole bunch of, a lot of things in the inside of my hands just poking me right now. Whew. Okay. I do a lot of laughing because I use it as a distraction. And the hardest part is I'm recording this, and I'm actually going to let everyone see this. This is not easy. Okay. Come on, brain. I've been thinking about this all day long. I know I can do this. I know I can do this. I think on the one part I'm going to be losing tons of fans because everyone's going to see, you know, or you're watching it all actually taking place. Everything's going on right now is a result of because of all that, and I'm trying to get to it. So I do apologize. I don't want to have a big, huge blank space. So I'm just talking myself through it. I mean, that's why I work retail. I've worked retail for 17 years actually. And the hardest part when someone asks me a question and all this happens, I found a way to weasel my way through it. Right now there's no customers in this room. There's no person that I have to communicate except for a camera, and I see myself. So there's no way that I can actually combat this. So I'm fighting this alone, and that's the most difficult part. It's easy in retail because I have ways to hide, to fake it. I can't fake it in here right now because there's nothing to fake it from, because I'll be faking it from myself. I know you're sitting here going, but I'm watching it. My brain don't compute this little Sony webcam or Sony camera as a human body, because I see me. My brain processes myself on this video that I'm seeing right here, right now. That's what my brain sees. My brain don't see you. My brain don't care what's on the other side of the transmission being sent out via the internet or editing or whatever the case may be. My brain sees James. That's all it sees. And when I'm preparing what I'm trying to say, my brain processes the words for my mouth to say it, but when it's this particular subject, my brain goes on right there. That's what my brain, that's what I'm seeing, trying to talk myself out of it from going from there to an image. And I'm trying to figure out the right wording without offending people. And I know I'm going to upset a lot of people. A lot of people are going to be like, dude, I can't stand watching this video. I'm done. I'm going to unsubscribe to you, dude. I'm going to unfollow you on Twitter. We're going to unfriend each other. I don't want you. Heck, I don't want you in the guild. I'm going to remove you from the guild. Nothing personal. It's just business. I want normal people. I don't want crazy people who can't handle it, who are about to lose it. Sorry, I got to go. I'm not losing it. Although I just did. And now my brain is on calm down because I'm getting defensive on other topics. You might say, well, I'm your guild master and I will never kick you from the guild because of this. I have to pretend you are. Because the way my brain focuses, it's tunnel visions. So if I get defensive on one subject, now I got the image, now I can talk about what I need to talk about by being defensive over something that doesn't exist. I'm creating my brain to get upset. God, if that can make any sense, and then it don't. Okay, I guess I should just start from the beginning and not try to jump, and I'm trying to start from the beginning. It's like telling myself, just start from the beginning. Okay. So parents, if you have kids and you're going to school, do me a favor. Do not beat them. Do not beat them. If they can't figure out the grammar, English language in that English class, if they can't figure out the division, multiplication, subtraction, multiplying, dividing, fractions, integers, if they can't pronounce certain words, if they don't look at you in their eyes, do not beat them. If they say, I don't know, don't beat them. If you're hearing this now and you're like, yeah, whatever, you know, if you remember how I just acted now, because I'm calmed down now, because I'm now being protective of, seriously, motorcycles? I'm 44 years old, and the hardest part is answering questions, is reading books, is reading things. If you want your kids to enjoy those things, don't put your hands on them, because it could dramatize the brain, and the brain can shut down. And there's not a damn thing you can do about it. Nothing. From about, I want to say, 8 or 9 years old till about 15, I was always getting, this is my head, this is the hand. What is 1/2 plus 1/2? 1/2 plus 1/2. Too long. About an average of every question asked me every day from like 8 years old. I want to say about 8. I could have been about 9 years old. I could be wrong about, it was 8-ish, 9-ish. All the way to about I was 15. Every day you're asked a question. If you don't answer the question in a certain time frame or in a certain amount of time, you get about a good close-in fist about 3 or 4 times. Bam, 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 bam. Usually I would get hit right here in the forehead, in the temple. I never got hit here. The only time I would get hit here is when me and him, we would, when we're doing the counting money, when we were counting, it was counting quarters, like how many quarters is $8, and so if I didn't answer it, you'd get a slap. You get a slap. Come on, what is it? And when the slaps are, when I'm tapping myself because I don't want to demonstrate it on camera. Well, I practically am. When you get hit, I mean, you're getting hit. I mean, you just bam. Get to the point where the bloody noses, I'm so used to getting punched in the face that I won't bleed no more. The blood from my nose actually stopped when I was in a push-up position on the floor. And I'm not going to readjust my cameras to do that. Just pretend you're getting ready to do a push-up. And so you'd have your math books. It was always math. So you have your book right in front of you. You have your piece of paper, and you had to do I had to do my homework that way. And so I learned how to balance on my left hand, what I had to do my homework. This is, you had to write. You might say, well, you can't write. Well, one day, if you guys ask about it, I'll probably do a video on how to do writing one-handed in a push-up position. So you have your math book up. So you take the blank piece of paper, and I would scoot it underneath my left hand, because if you try to write one-handed, the paper moves. So if you keep your hand down, the paper don't move. Or if you put the paper underneath your hand, the paper won't move. Come on, brain, please. Let's not try to be stupid now. So you just move it underneath the hand, and you hold it down, and you write. And I would memorize the question, because if the questions are on the left page of the book, not on the right page of the book, you're going to cover it up, because you don't want to write on the top because there's bumps. And your lettering had to be perfect. If your letter was not perfect, bam! I'll just do this. You get, like a couple punches, bam, 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 bam. So your lettering had to be perfect. So you had to learn how to write perfectly one-handed in a push-up position. You just slide the piece of paper underneath your hand on top of the book. The book was great because I was using pencil, because you have to erase. And if you erase, you got to make sure that the number does not appear before. If you erase something, you can still see the outline. You had to have a perfect erase, because if there was a marking, you changed it, and if it was the right answer and you changed it to a wrong answer, bam, bam, bam. So when you're in a push-up position, I was asked, and it was especially over fractions, if I was asked a question and I got it wrong, you can't get hit. I used to get bloody noses all the time, but they miraculously stopped when he came up, and he wears dress shoes, and dress shoes that he wears, because he worked at a factory in one of the union reps or something, but he still worked at a factory. He had like steel toe, and bam! So both because my nose on my left and my right just turn on the water. I can have this water bottle full of water and just turn it upside down. That's what happened, and it just didn't stop. And tells me if any of that blood gets on that towel, I'm going to make you lick it up. So, and yeah, you're going to lick it up, because if you don't, he's going to rub your face into it, because that's what had happened. I got kicked so hard from a push-up position to my knees. I mean, my body just went from here to like there, like just blink your eye. That's how quickly I got up onto my knees because of the kick, the blow. I mean, because he positioned himself right in front of me, positioned himself, and he put his one leg back, wham. So when I went up, the blow caused me to get up. So my stepmom had to run to get a towel, and she gave me one. It was a yellow towel. I filled up the yellow towel all red, and it wasn't stopping. It wasn't stopping. She told him to stop, and he sat back in the chair. I'm back doing my homework. I couldn't feel the pain. And I was numb to it. I was numb to the pain. It was just, the kick in the face is equivalent to snapping my fingers. Yeah, that's what it felt like. Remember, when that took place, I want to say I was about 15, because shortly after that, the abuse stopped. Only on my homework. It was only on my math and my English. Everything else, not so much. I spent every day of my childhood, I want to say about 9 or 10, studying, and minus the fact that he had asked me one time, what do I want to be when I grow up? I thought about it. I thought about playing football. I thought about being a musician. My dreams were dead. I told my teacher at 10 years old, I told my teacher when we were talking about what we want to be when we grow up, I told my teacher I just want to be 20 years old. I remember my goal was to be 20 years old, because 20 years old means that you're a year from being 21, but being the age of 20, someone told me at 20 years old you can live on your own. Even though it was like the state of Indiana saw you at the age of 16, you're on your own, but everyone just told me 20. So I remember my goal was to reach the age of 20, and that means I survived. I lived. That's all I wanted to do. That was my dream. That was just my ultimate goal. 44 now, so. But at that time, it is what it is. You just got to learn how to adapt and move on from it. It is. You can't change the past. The past is what it is. It's whatever. It's just talking about it to you guys is just what really just freaks me out. But I got this. I got this. This ain't nothing. I don't have nightmares and dreams no more. I've conquered that. That's later on. I'm jumping ahead. Sorry. Jumping ahead. My math book, I had to take it to the school, and my page for my homework, my paper was smaller than the math book page, so it stuck. Because I had to close. Okay, after I got kicked in the face, I had to go into the bathroom, and I was in the bathroom for a hell of a long time. But before I got up to go to the bathroom, I was using the math book to catch, because he told me, don't stop doing your homework. Don't stop doing your homework. You better not stop doing your homework, because if you stop, I will kick you in your face again. I'm being professional. I don't want to start cursing. So you get back in position, and you just let it hit the math book. At that time, you're going to taste your blood. At 15, blood tasted like water. Well, to me it did. I don't know about anybody else. I know it probably grosses you guys out, but hey, you know, you gotta survive somehow. So, you know, when you're doing your homework, you hear your name being called, Jimmy! Jim! It's mostly Jimmy. You hear Jimmy, sit in the bedroom, you're at your desk. My hands are really, it's like playing football. Like when I was getting ready to play football, it's like, come on. I would tell myself, it's only temporary. It's only temporary. I got this. I got this. So I would just, what I would do when I hear him pull up in the drive lot, and sometimes I do this when I'm at work, getting myself motivated. Get on my back of my neck and start making music. Sometimes I would rock back and forth when I'm sitting in the chair. It's like, because what I'm doing is preparing myself for the blows. So when I get hit, I can just naturally just go back so I don't get myself hurt in the neck. So that's why I would tap back here to loosen up my muscles. So when I get hit, bang, bang. I used it when I was playing volleyball. When I would go all out when I was playing volleyball. I would slide on the floor. I would throw my body all over the place because I learned how to fall. I learned how to pay attention to my surroundings when I fall. When I got hit by a car in September, say 95, 96, saw the top of the gas station, went down. I was like, I got this. My hand was like this when I was going down, so I put my other hand behind me and just rode. Just rode, jumped up off the floor, and I was like, let's see that again, instant replay. The guy hit me hard. I mean, he bent my bike in half. I mean, it just, my bike, you know what a bicycle is. Imagine a car hitting you so hard that the back tire is jammed into the front tire. And it doesn't lose air pressure until you separate it. So, I mean, he folded that bike, and I was up. No problem. Just a little bit of it was on my right hand. It was a little scratch. Wipe it off. You're good. You learn how to fall. You know. I utilize the years of being abused to help me today. When he had asked me, so what do you want to be when you grow up? I thought about it long and hard, and I was like, I want to be an officer. I want to be a cop. Well, you know, officers are supposed to be strong, and you need to be able to run to chase bad guys down. So I want you out of my damn house, and I want you to walk around the block. So, about 10 years old, I was walking, around the block. My feet were hurting. But then I realized, when I'm out of the house, walking around the block, I wasn't looking at him. I was out of the house. I was safe. So I would take the one block, and all my feet were hurting, my knees were hurting, my hips were hurting. But that one block, I went to 2 blocks. I went to 3 blocks. I went to 4 blocks. I went to 5 blocks. Got to the point to where, if anyone knows the city of Fort Wayne, at the age of 13, I was capable of walking the whole city. I was doing laps. I got this. I got this. So, at the age of 44, I walk. I don't own a car, people. I do not own a car. I don't care to ride a bike. I think a lot when I'm walking. If I want to do something in this world, I need to think. And what's the best way to do? Walk. I could think about anything when I'm walking. Heck, I went from New Haven, Indiana, which is right out, it was north of Fort Wayne, just right outside of Fort Wayne, and moved all the way down to Panama City Beach, Florida. Just all based on walking. No problem. It's only 2 hours to get to work. No problem, I'm walking. And to this day, I've never been late to anything. Been late. I've been on time. I have that on my record. There's no job that I've worked, nothing I've done, that I've been late for. So, now, I don't really want to get in too much details of the pounding in my heads. Even though I'm everything that had happened, I can feel it, like it just happened. I can visualize every single hit. I can feel it. Can't forget any of it. Yeah, my hands are doing one of those things. That's me pretending and hiding it. But if I don't, I'm stopping. So, during that time, if anyone's ever seen me in real life, and we communicate and we talk, and you see my head wander around while we're in a conversation, a lot of people call that body language as a way of, oh, he's got something he's trying to hide. No. During those abuse, my dad, he would grab my face, look at me, and force me to look at him. So when someone tells me, hey, I need you to look at me, see what I'm saying? My brain does that. It shut down. And all of a sudden, I get defensive. I can feel it. And my head will move this way. You ain't going to put your hands on me. You can tell me all you want to look at the camera, and I won't. What you going to do about it? You ain't strong enough. I'm dead. All this ends. You're not gonna attack me. It's what I thought. Non-negotiable. I ain't looking at you. Got a problem? Sucks to be you. You ain't making me look at the camera. That, obviously I'm acting, but that's just how my brain thinks. So anything you're telling me, I can't hear it because my brain is not going to compute anything you have to say because it's not important because you're telling me to look at you. I'm not looking at you. It's because of that. But it gets that's small in comparison. It gets much worse, and this one's the worst one. This one's the most embarrassing one of all of them. This is the program. I bought a Sony Movie Studio program. Okay, that's what it says. Sony Movie Studio. That's not Sony Vegas. Said it was, but it ain't Sony Vegas. The hell with that. It ain't Sony Vegas. There's no chroma key in it. Anyways, regardless, I'm distracting on purpose. Apologize. Now, obviously, I can read that. And if I'm reading this, the instructions in here, put it down, What did I just read? I'm not looking over there on purpose. I'm looking more this way. I don't know. So pick it back up again to remind myself what I just read. Sony Movie Studio. Sony Movie Studio. Sony Movie Studio. Sony Movie Studio. That's what I just read. Movie Studio. That's what I just read. So, what does that mean? I don't know what it means. It is what it is. Anyways, so when it comes to reading, I really love to read, but when I'm done reading that paragraph, I don't know what I just read. Obviously, I can read it because, I just did a little demonstration on reading it. I don't comprehend what I just read. I don't understand what I just read. And someone made a joke, well, if it's got pictures, it's got a picture. But if you show me the image, if you show me this image, I don't know what that is. So if you tell me Sony Movie Studio is this image, and it's a program to make videos. Yeah, I'm reading some of this stuff. It's great videos. So now my brain will say, this image and that word is to create videos. That basically, I guess, took me, 5 minutes to do? So, if that took about 5 minutes, then that means that it's going to take forever to read a book, to comprehend what I'm reading. Wow. Man. The other one that's worse is when you're trying to pronounce words and people say, what the hell, dude? That's not how you pronounce the word? Well, sorry. And then someone tells me, hey, say it slow, and I do. And then when I say it normal, it comes out the same way I just said it. And they're like, I give up. I'm like, you give up? I have to live with myself. It don't come out that way. My brain and this mouth do not connect. And when I'm typing, someone asks a simple question, some of my posts are long. My brain and my fingers, there's no connection right here. It's got to go through all my entire body to get to my hand. Problem is, that connection gets lost. There's no connection. So how I say it does not come out the same way. And all the time, people take what I say wrong. They get mad because I could be in a goofy mood, haha, LOL, and someone's like, you just made fun of me? I'm like, no. Then they get me all defensive because they're all defensive over something that shouldn't be, and that's quite. And when you meet me in real life, I am the complete opposite. It's like, wait a minute. is this the same guy who types like this and that's you? I like the real guy better than the one who's typing, even though they're both the same. It just doesn't come out that way. And it all relates back to when I was being born, being born. When I was going through the hell with the reading, the English, the grammar, the mathematics, being quizzed, asking questions. You have to answer the question in a time frame or it's game over. Was there an escape of all that abuse? Walking. When I walked around the block, it was, I would spend 2-3 hours just walking. And you better not be playing because he would get in the car sometimes and he would drive around. He'd call the neighbors or he told me he was calling neighbors. He only drove a couple times. He didn't do it all the time. But he did it enough, the once or two times, that got my attention to where you better be walking. And so when my grandma died, Grandma Scribner, when she passed away, I walked to the funeral home, and I walked back home. The Christmas after my leg was broken, my leg was getting better. I started walking to Christmas parties. Started walking to school, from school. I didn't really start walking a lot until I was like 12. Everything I had to do was walking. The only time that I got to be in the car is when my mom was picking me up every other weekend. That was the good time. When the school stated that I had to take the school bus, that's when I had to take the school. But when I went to high school, no, I had to walk to high school. Everything I did was walking. That pissed them off that I went to high school. I had highlights that made me strong today. When I went to court and finally won my freedom, as I call it. When I moved out of the city to another city because he told me not to, and I did. And I started to learn survival, freedom. The hardest part was when I moved to Hammond, Indiana. That was near Chicago. My church taught me how to. It was an all-black church, and they taught me that love is on the inside. It's not what you see. I got help to learn how to communicate to people. I had to learn how to communicate. I didn't know how to communicate to anyone. I had to learn how to be around people that are not out to hurt me. That was very hard. The people at the church were teaching me it's okay to hug. It's okay to sit at a table with people. Not everyone is there to want to put a knife to your neck, put a fork to your forehead. I basically had to. I was born in Fort Wayne, but I grew up in Hammond. Hammond is always home to me because that's where I learned how to be a teenager, a child. So, therefore, that's how I created Bodconian. That particular character came from all of that, the survival, so I focused on that. I found out when I focused on other people, that was my success. Trying to make other people happy, oh my God, it's the best feeling in the world. That you're not meant to be, you were supposed to be dead, because my mom tried to give me up for an abortion. She tried to miscarriage and she failed, obviously, because I'm here. It is what it is. And those things I am who I am today because I refused to be a statistic. And wanting to be a cop was actually a huge success, because if you're a cop or wanting to be a cop and you do something bad growing up, you can't be an officer. So that kept me out of trouble, and that was my motivation. And well, eventually, I just stopped, and I was just so caught up in focusing on other people to make them happy that it's awesome. Like working retail, oh, that's the great. Even though it's just an item, but when someone smiles because they're like, "Oh my God, thank you! I need to get this fixed. I need to get that repaired." There's no feeling in the world because I just made their day. I'm fine. I don't care. The only problem that I have is that my facial expression, I look like I'm always mad. I look like I'm always angry. I'm not, but people believe I am because I don't look like them. Hey, deal with it. I have to live with myself every day, so it ain't gonna change nothing. I've been hearing that since I was 18 years old. Are you in a bad mood? No, I am not. But now that you keep bragging about it, I am now. Will you please shut up? Will you please stop asking me am I in a freaking damn bad mood? If I'm in a bad mood, the whole world will freaking know I'm in a bad mood. Hello? I'm not. Pisses me off. Everyone thinks I'm in a bad mood because I don't look like you. Thank God, because to me, I look good. And I would look disgusting if I looked like you. Just saying. So, people would say, I have that same problem too. How did you overcome yours? Hell, it's not freaking easy. But what I did was, like, what do I want to be when I grow up? I wanted to be an officer. So I pretended in my mind that everything I do was a chapter in the book, that I was on the big screen, that my life was being portrayed in a movie, and the audience is watching, and I wanted the audience to cheer, and I wanted to be positive. I don't want the audience to cheer because you do something violent. That's wrong, okay? I don't go around shooting people up. I don't go around being violent to other people. If I can handle it, so can you. Let's not use excuses to go into violence, because there's other ways of doing it. There's a healthy way of doing it, and I'm doing it the healthy way. Is it rough? Yes. Did you see the panic attacks that I was having? Yes. But you know what? I can deal with it. I can sleep well at night. So can you. So stop with the excuses of going around shooting other people and ruin their life because you're stupid, because of your stupidity. Because you know what? You're dumb. Sorry. If you're going to go turn to violence because you have these same things that you can relate to, if I can handle it, so can you. You're using excuses because you're dumb. Sorry. It is what it is. You know what? I hope you get caught, and I hope you burn in hell if you're going to take other people's lives because you can't handle yours. If I went through hell from the age of 8 to 15, being abused every single day, being kicked in the head, being punched in the face, being told that I am nothing, I am scum, I am stupid, I am dumb, I'm not meant to be, if I don't resort to violence, and so can you. And I ain't taking medication. So, F off. Criminals, you dumbasses using excuses to take other people's lives. You are scum. I'm still here, and I ain't going to put no gun to my head and ruin my life. Because that's what they want. Because every day that I'm alive, in my mind, pisses off the person who tried ruining mine. Pisses them off. I live on my own. Live in my own apartment. My family ain't going to help me out. Oh, can I go to college? You're not going to college. You're nothing to me. You're scum. Okay, I'll do it on my own. Psh, I don't need your help anyways. I moved from Indiana to Florida with no help. And I'm actually thinking about moving to California. So, it is what it is. I can survive. I can find an apartment anywhere. I've been living in this apartment since 2009. Been working at my job since 2000 and... No, I've been in this apartment since 2010. April 2010. Sorry. And I've been working at my job since 2009. Same place. proven once again that I could be stable, doing my own thing, not asking no one for a handout. Went from part-time, barely making it, to now full-time, walking every day to and from work. The whole entire city sees me and they're like, this guy walks. So when I'm at work and I help load them up, bam, 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 and I walk again, they're like, geez, dude, you don't even drive a car and you're 44 years old. I got 20-year-olds who can't even handle it, and you're never late from work. You used to live 26 miles to get to work, part-time, for 12 hours that week. Never got too late to work. With all that stuff that's gone on in my past, I don't use excuses. If I can make it, if I can handle it, if I can do it, so can anyone else. Anyone else, they're just using excuses. To me, it's just an excuse. Sorry. You choose not to. And I choose to be where I'm at. I choose to do what I'm doing now. Is it rough? Yeah, it's hard as hell. Like me trying to read a little program that came with the software that I purchased so I can edit videos. Forgot what it's called. It's Sony something. And that's just my weakness. I deal with it. You know, it's hard. You know, when the moment that people know that you have this, they change. You're not in guilds no more. People don't want you to raid. You're judged based on typing, how you type. People look at that and go, Bodconian is stupid. No, Bod, we're not going to have you raid with us. Whew. God, he can't even understand what ABCD means. He's got to write a book about it. I don't want him to run with us. Boy, he's getting mad in guild chat. 3 Horde killed him. Okay, we got it. And I'm sitting there going, yeah, I died to 3 Horde. Those are the Hunger Games. I'll use this as an example. I had some people come back in my headphones going, okay, you died. Because I wasn't sure if it was going through. And I saw in the message, okay, Bodconian died, one of our tributes died. I was the 3rd man who made it to the top 3, which was awesome. But I was like, yep, I died at the Horde. I don't think they got it. 3 Horde killed me. My sponsor didn't call it out. I was like, whatever. At least I get to do something else in the game. But man, some people was like, okay, the sponsor's supposed to call. And then I'm getting, Bud, what zone are you in? Dude, seriously, I'm sitting here going, why is everyone being upset? 3 Horde killed me. I killed one of the Horde and I killed a snake so I could get my rune up, so I could get my conversion, so I could heal myself. I died to 3 Horde. The troops then killed me. Yeah. Hey, survived that much. Went from 10th to 3rd. To me, that's damn good. That was sweet. And yet, some people thought I was upset. Quite honestly, I didn't want to do it. I wanted to do other things in the game. I mean, I wanted to do the Iron Man challenge, and I'm sitting there going, oh my God. Oh, can we get this over with? You know, when I saw the Horde engage me, I was like, please kill me. Please kill me. But I'm not going to give up without a fight. So that was my week. Okay, well, let's get started on it. So I already discussed about my brain stuff and everything. There's a spider on the ceiling. It's just a spider. It falls. Kill it. Clean. You all freak out about the small stuff. That little spider, when I'm done here, I'll kill it. And I just happen to look up and see it. It's like, oh, hi. Anyways, it's brown. Pretty big. Anyways, so my week in WoW the guild did the Hungry Games on Argent Dawn, Riders of Rohan for the Alliance. It was really fun. The Hunter, I knew he was going to be the last guy I knew he was going to win because he was a hunter. If it was just the mages and monks, priest would have been a second. A priest would have been a second. Mages would have been a tough third. Unless you're dealing with the paladin. If it was and there was a paladin, he lost to the hunter, which was, I knew it was going to happen. I was like, come on, paladin, kill the hunter, please. And he died. I knew it. Because hunters had the best OP kiting around. And the mages died quick. So I was like, it's going to be the hunter. But hey, I'm going to go down with a fight. So I made it to the top 3. That was really fun. And I started on my Iron Man, on my Warlock. I wanted to do a Warlock. I keep dying in the same spot. This is my 3rd time doing this. And I go to Westfall and there's this quest to pick up the Murloc Cold. I'm waiting for the spider to fall so I can catch it, kill it. I'm trying to make you all freak out. It's an actual spider too. I'm not going to take the camera and pull it up there because that would be wrong. To scare you guys. It's like Bethelak. He's up there on top waiting for me to engage him. Just solo kill it. Anyway, when he falls down, it's just like one shot. Anyways, so we did the Iron Man, or I did the Iron Man. I'm hoping to go back to that Westfall area and I'm going to kill every damn Murloc I see. Just problem is they keep spawning on top of me, so I got to time it just right. I got cocky the last time. I was so angry. I pulled 2 of them. 3 of them spawned right on top of me. I was like, game over. I'm going to be smarter this time. I'm not going to engage in the center. I'm actually going to engage from the outside. So if I'm out here and I see no Murlocs, I'm not pulling any Murlocs my way because one's going to spawn right on top of me. And I'll be waiting. And if he's not there, I'm moving on. I'm not going to stand and wait. I am not going to stand and wait. The hell with that mess. So, Elwyn Forrest, doing all the quests, that's easy to do. So I got that down pretty good. So I'm hoping some of the rares will spawn up so I can kill them. I'm not going to try to look for them because that'd be a mistake. But it's all pretty easy. My Garrison Hop, been doing that. Oh, my Trinket finally dropped for my main tune off of the world boss in the jungle. Kaz, the throne, the daily throne thing. It has like every stat. I think it's a prison. I've been wanting that thing to drop for the last 3 weeks, and it finally dropped. And no, it wasn't on my bonus roll. I keep using the bonus rolls. I keep getting gold. I'm almost Valor. I'm almost got all a piece of gear for my tune of what I can get. Some Balefulls. I have to get into raiding to get heroic gear. Everyone wants me to be in their guild to raid with them. But yet, that same guild can have other people from other servers to raid with them.